'Twas the night before Christmas. The crew necks were home, spending quality time together, playing, laughing, eating cookies, and watching their favorite Christmas movies, just as they do each Christmas Eve.
Thank you for tuning in on Are You Ready to Be Exposed with your host, Katira, aka Casey Exposed. Today I have the honor to introduce Junior. Hey. Junior, JR, what's up?
What's up?
Thank you for
having me.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. I mean, this is great because we definitely want to keep that talent, that flow, that knowledge going. Definitely. And I feel like you know, what better way to end it with Junior, ending the year.
Oh, y'all ending it with me?
Oh, I mean, we're ending the year with you, but the next year you don't care. But,
yeah, that's popping.
You know, it's great to, like I said, to have someone so knowledgeable and talent, and not only in my eyes, but many eyes. And I know you humble, so you're not going to be like, yeah, you know, that's me. No.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
But you know it is. But, Junior, you know, I first want to ask you, what is something that, well, first, let's everybody, you know, that does not know Junior yet, and you knowing him now, you're going to love him. Junior, what type of artist are you? Or just artist overall? Like, what's your main focus?
Wow. As in, like, what do I do? Like,
what do you do? Like, who's Junior?
Well, I'm a dancer, choreographer, and actor.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when did that all begun? Did you were you actor first or dancer first, or kind of just all meshed in together?
I was an actor first. I started acting in 6th grade. Started acting in 6th grade, and kind of stuck with it up until now. And I started dancing. I mean, we all started dancing, like, you know, chicken noodle soup, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, started doing that around, like, 2006, and I think around mid-2010 was when I started taking dance seriously.
2010.
So, yeah.
And what was that made you want to take dance seriously?
Actually, y'all just had him not too long ago, Chaz Shabazz.
Chaz Shabazz!
Yeah, so, like, I think
OG.
the crazy thing was that, you know, I was like a YouTube, you know, viewer, one of those dancers, you know, you just watch your favorite dancers on YouTube, and I would just watch, you know, Chris Brown, MJ, just about anyone I could find off YouTube, and I would, like, you know, try to do some of their moves in high school. So I had the wave down. Well, I thought I had the wave down. I didn't have any foundation or anything like that. And 2010, I had my first battle right after graduating high school. I had my first dance battle, and I got smoked, like, the first round, and I was like, what? Like, I thought I was nice. I thought I was popping, but I lost immediately. And but, you know, Chaz Shabazz came up to me. This was like one of the most humbling experiences, because from my knowledge before then, it was like, if you're trash at dancing, like, no one cared about you. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't win no battles, no one cared about you. But it was interesting because Chaz came up to me after I lost, and he's like, hey man, like, you have some crazy concepts, and you know, you have dope ideas, and you have crazy creativity, but you have no foundation. So he saw me as, you know, someone that he wanted to, like, train, and he was like, hey, I'd love to train with you. And just saying with you was, like, different from, like, you know, I want to train you.
Like,
which would have
kind
been
of like
perfectly
more
okay
like I want to connect and kind of make
definitely. And that was new to me. So I started training with Chaz Shabazz, and he started, like, you know, teaching me, like, the ropes of things. Started teaching me a little bit about battle tactic. Started teaching me about you know, popping foundations and whatnot. And I just started taking it seriously since then. Since then. Yeah.
Wow. So is there a specific style that now you cater to more, or just like you just hit up on everything?
I'm actually right now. I'm training in a couple different styles right now. I'm focusing on hip hop, focusing on popping, and I'm like around 2010 I was also like into dance hall a little bit. Before dance hall got it's crazy like
For real.
fame now. Like there wasn't
Dance
really
hall's poppin'.
dance hall wasn't like a thing that you would see in the dance studios. You
No.
wouldn't see it like in the dance world. It was more of a party thing, at least from what I from what was going on in Boston for me. And so yeah, now I'm like trying to get back into dance hall and like kind of like really like train in dance hall as its own discipline.
Own discipline.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, the fact that you're navigating through all these different styles. And one style I want to bring up that I feel like watching through your videos and actually going to your performances and stuff that I've loved about you, your contemporary. I don't even like the emotion that comes out of it is just ridiculous. It's you can see all the work that you put into it. What do you do to mentally prepare for that?
Wow, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
Like, do you like sit in the house and you're like listen to it for a few times, or just kind of like?
Honestly, I think for me, I'm not a trained contemporary dancer. I actually want to start training in that. I don't have any technique, so like I'm very. I like rely on my emotions and I just try to tell the story of like how I feel. So preparing for that, it's just honestly just asking myself if I'm dancing for fun or if I'm trying to tell something from like the heart. A lot of times when I dance contemporary, like it's immediately like it's clear to me like what I want to talk about because it's. Before it was a dance, it was just something like very like urgent that I want to speak on. And I'm not
Could
always.
Could you give me like an example? Like I know that you recently done a fundraiser for Haiti, and like I really like to just touch up on stuff like that because it's like you brought arts to that. You brought community of people that just happen to all love dance and take classes from all these instructors and just kind of put out there and say let's help the community. Like let's help.
Yeah,
your people, like people that love to give back in other different ways.
Yeah.
Besides,
so,
or maybe you could correct me. Like, where did that go?
With the fundraiser.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine by the name of Nikki, I cannot say her last name.
It's okay.
I'm not trying to butcher it right now.
It's okay, Nikki. We figured it out.
My fault, Nikki. But so she and her friend and a good friend of mine as well, Jared. I'm about to butcher his last name too, so I'm just gonna
Jared,
forgive me for both those last names. But they hit me up and they asked me to teach at this convention at the Mohegan Sun, and they were gonna fundraise for. It was a fundraiser for Haiti, and like for me that hit me really hard because obviously I'm Haitian, and majority of my family still lives in Haiti. And so like when I heard about the hurricane, it was just like, damn, like another one. Like first the earthquake, and then now the hurricane. So I immediately like just was like, all right, I'm down to do it. I'm ready to do it. And then I was like, what am I gonna teach? Like what do I want what do I want to talk about? The night before teaching, I had like another piece, just a fun piece I wanted to teach. But then the night before, I asked my friends, I was like, is it okay if I change it and kind of teach a piece that's about how I feel, being Haitian and having to deal with this situation, or just being Haitian period and having to deal with the many struggles that that we face.
Do you face that when you dance?
Do I what?
Do you face that when you dance, the struggle? Being Haitian, like, what do you mean by that?
I mean, just being, like, having family at home who can't eat and, who don't have clothes, who don't have shelter sometimes. And, like, like, my family constantly struggling, to send money home, and food and clothes, and so, like, for me, like, I want to talk about that, I wanted to teach a piece that, like, was reflective of that. So I went back to a piece that I taught to a group of my friends, and we performed it at the Green Street Studios through Boston Dance Scene.
Shout out to Boston Dance Scene.
Yes, shout out.
Doing a lot of good, interesting stuff. Putting up these shows.
They definitely are, yeah.
These and then when you were talking about dance hall, now they got the dance hall classes that I actually took in the summer, and Smalley was here 2 weeks ago, and she happened to dance teach that with Snoopy. So I'm like, I hope that
Snoopy
continues because Snoopy and Smalley, they kill it.
Yeah,
they kill it.
But yeah, so we performed this piece by this amazing artist by the name of Kai Victoria. It's a song called Aurora.
Oh, wow.
And in the song, like when I was listening to it, she says, "We were once a dream. We choose to be slaves to gravity." And then later on, she says, "We can be Aurora." And for me, like, that hit me immediately. So during the summer when I was playing this song, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna choreograph to this. It kind of like really spoke to me. So choreographed to it, taught it to my friends, and then we performed it at Revive, which was a show held by Boston Dance Scene.
Yes. I love that. That's
and
okay.
So the day of the morning of the convention was like, all right, I'm definitely doing it. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, I'm doing this piece, and I just really wanted to talk about, you know, what it's like to struggle, and things to remember when you're going through these struggles. That, like, you know, you can still be this great thing.
So what would you tell like viewers out there that are going through struggle? Even if they're doing like artistry work and they're going through family problems, or they feel like giving up because, you know, they're having struggle or just trying to find themselves emotionally through this. What's something that you can give to people? Because I'm pretty sure everyone has gone through some struggles.
For me,
like and trying to do their artistry at the work. So like, what is some struggles?
I would just say. Just be true to yourself. Like, I know that sounds cliche and all, but like if you're not doing it for the right reasons, just.
And what would be the wrong reasons for doing it? Like, would you think it'd be like just for the likes, or
just for the likes? You know, just the attention. If you don't feel it when you do it, whether there's people there, whether you're alone, if you ain't feeling it, then like, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, because. It's insane. It's insane to do something that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like,
and still
I think it makes perfect sense for someone to quit something that they're not passionate about. If you don't like something and you're not quitting, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's so simple to me, at least to me. So like, if you're passionate about it, like, just know that like it's meant to be hard. Like, you have to struggle for it.
Talking about hard. I want to like touch upon Monsters Inc. Like, was that hard? I mean, everyone know who Monsters is.
Monsters of Hip Hop.
Monsters of Hip Hop. Sorry, you could probably explain better than me.
Monsters of Hip Hop is this great hip hop dance convention that tours the U.S. and they offer classes from industry level choreographers who teach for like who choreograph for like amazing artists such as like Chris Brown, Beyonce, Justin Bieber, Bad Boys. And you was all involved in that. You knew in terms of like the choreographers that came to teach. I know those. Yeah, I knew those choreographers. I think a lot of dancers who are into the choreography world know these choreographers. But yeah, I was blessed enough to be able to learn and dance with those choreographers.
And so through that though, it inspired you to audition? How does that go, like, in terms of, because I know like when you say Monsters cast member, does that mean like for that convention or like a show that you guys are going to do?
So I'm gonna answer the audition. So it's weird. It's not that I wasn't inspired to like audition for Monsters. It was that I just wanted to go to this dance convention. I heard so much about it, so I was like, let me go to this dance convention. And I went to this dance convention, and and took the classes, and then out of nowhere they were like, hey, there's this audition the next day, and like I didn't know anything about it then. This was what 2000 no, well, not 2011. This was 2015. Yeah, that was my first Monsters convention that I went to. So I went to that Monsters, and I auditioned. I wasn't expecting anything, and I ended up getting a scholarship to the next Monsters convention. So that was perfect. Like that was in Jersey. So then I ended up going to the next Monsters convention, which was held in Worcester. And that was great. I had my first dance battle. They have like battles as well. So I went to my first dance battle. I got first place there. That was great. And I just loved the atmosphere. I loved dancing at Monsters. So I just kept on going. And then earlier this year, in January, we were back in Jersey this time when I got nominated for the audition, and it was amazing. It was great. It was like I didn't hear it when they said my name.
You were like, hold on, I got picked for.
It was like I was chilling. I was just talking to my friends, and they said it. It said Junior Cius, and I'm like.
And you're like, that's me.
It's the conversion. Like my friends like tackled me, and then I looked up, and I was like, oh shoot, I went up there. And that's really how it happened, and then that was a nomination process.
And through there, did that inspire you more to? And I don't mean to cut you off. These interviews are just like they're so short, and they got so much to put in. But like, did that spark you to just go get it more, go train more?
It made me so like after getting nominated. They still had to go through this process of like casting people. So once I made like the final cast for like their show, entitled Driven, shout out to Monsters 2016.
Monsters 2016.
What was crazy about that whole experience was I always knew that I was like driven. I always knew that. I really wanted it, but Monsters has this crazy thing of like showing you, just how bad you'll want something, and it was like very, very scary. The whole process of going through rehearsals, which would sometimes be 13, 14, sometimes even 15 or 17 hours long. And so, like, that made me, like, realize, like, there's going to be times where you're going to want to quit and you're going to want to, like, give up on this career.
But don't do it.
and then, like, when I finally made it and, after the last show, because at the end of the summer, you perform a piece. You perform multiple pieces for the show. And that made me realize that, like, okay, like, this is legit. This is legit. Like, if I made it through, 2 weeks of dance boot camp, which is essentially what it was. If I could make it through that, then I'm definitely capable of like making it through just about anything in this industry. So.
And talking about just about through anything, let me just show this clip, and a lot more is gonna come through this clip, and we're just gonna play it. We're gonna show it.
No idea I'd be in heaven today. Lips that say so much without a word. Her look is timeless, I'm such a nerd. I'm talking to myself, working up the nerve to stay in arms so I could be heard. I'm talking to myself, stirring up the nerve to stand in arms so I could be heard. Before the night is through, before the night is through, I will be drunk, I will be drunk. to myself, staring at the nerve to stand in arms so I could be heard before the night is through. Before the night is through.
Take that off right now.
I know we're gonna take that off right now, but there you go. There you
Scaring
go.
people with
I
that
know,
last look,
it's
like
Exactly.
shoot, got me looking like Fetty Wap.
Well, thank you for tuning in. So, are you ready to be exposed? Thank you for hearing Junior's story. You're gonna hear more about him. We're gonna have this on Facebook, YouTube. Now we're showing live our partnership with El Mundo. So I'm just like very grateful for you to be here. Thank you, Junior.
Wow.
Take care.
Thank
and
you.
It's your host, Katira, aka KC Exposed. We out here. I'm about to go out and in. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you for tuning in. Gotcha.